with that, we could probably just get started. The music ran out, but whatever. So I'll start off with the booster box that I bought from my LGS. I did buy booster boxes from two different places. I still do want to support my LGS, but it's a little bit harder when sometimes the booster boxes are more expensive and I could just buy cheaper from somewhere else. Not necessarily saying that's going to be the case for everyone, but that's just the current reality that I live in. So let's just rip these bad boys open and see what we get. So if anyone's curious on what my LGS was selling the booster box for, they were selling the booster box for $80. So I think that's a little bit high compared to what I bought online, which I was able to snag some booster boxes at about $34. One of the big reasons why I also stopped buying the case was just because cases were really expensive. I used to be paying around $700 a case, like $700-800, and now that cases were about like $1,000 when I was ordering them from multiple different places. It just didn't seem worth it to spend all of that money, especially when the market crashes pretty hard. So let's just start opening and kind of talk about the secondary market a bit, because this is going to be posted a couple of days after the initial release of the set, and the set is performing kind of differently than a lot of the other sets before. So usually in the set, with the SRs, it's not necessarily super, oh, cool, alt art card already, first pack, Commandramon. So usually with sets, it's not necessarily super hard to get any, like, SR, and obviously the more played SRs are going to be the ones that are in higher demand. But because it seems like the secondary market has changed on how people are opening up booster boxes, that kind of changed to the secondary market pricing on a lot of the singles. So your commons and uncommons are still going to be like relatively worthless. Your wearers are also going to be mostly worthless. Some rares and some uncommons, depending on how much they're going to see some play, they tend to actually hold some okay value, especially in the long run when the set isn't in like production or what the focus is anymore. But when it comes to the SRs, it seems like the market has kind of changed around them, where once we had like the first initial wave of single sellers list them, we kind of just stop after a certain point, and then the market starts drying up on those singles because the next wave of sellers hasn't gotten their product yet. So because the next wave hasn't, hit the market yet, the first wave dries up really quickly, and then cards start spiking kind of rapidly, not unexpectedly, but rapidly, just because there's no new influx of, singles hitting the secondary market. So that makes cards, and as a result, a little bit more expensive than what they reasonably should be, just because not enough product has been opened initially to be able to meet a lot of the demands, whereas before they kind of were. And B, as, cards tend to spike up in price, it is harder for them to fall back down, just because now the ceiling, or the floor has been raised. So it's harder for them to hit the lows that they once were, or where the value of the card should be, just because of that raised floor. So right now I got 3 out of the 4 aces. A lot of the ace cards aren't really holding a lot of the value in the set. When it comes to the SRs, you're usually going to want to try to hit like Agumon, Lugamon, and Fenry Lugamon. Those are the like really hot ones. Patamon's pretty okay, like just, the cards that people are actually going to be using, especially in high quantities. I think that's also a giant shift and change compared to a lot of other sets is, the amount of playable SRs. Because now that decks require 2 sets of SRs sometimes, especially in quantities of 4 and up, that puts more demand on the SRs. So that's definitely something, like, again, another change that's also contributing to the market fluctuation. So I think, like, as a result, the set in the long run is probably going to hold some pretty decent value. I think in the short run, once second wave hits, prices are obviously going to be going down because that's, you know, the general masses. Everyone's going to try selling them rather than the stores that aren't able to do pre-orders, but were able to open up and list before the release. So that way on day one, all of their, like, sales go live and active. So I think that is definitely an interesting perspective to put. Hey, Fenrir Lugamon, nice. It's definitely puts the secondary market into an interesting perspective, because if anyone's unfamiliar with TCG Player, which is the secondary market that I am referring to more commonly than not, but it kind of works that same way with a lot of other marketplaces, is it's a race to the bottom. So sellers are trying to get rid of their stock, so they're going to try to sell as low as they possibly can in order to make that sale. So this kind of contributes to why cards spike. What the heck? That was a really big slam. But that contributes to like the spiking, is because once the stock runs up and cards no longer are selling as cheap as they were, the whatever is left gets to be able to sell at a higher price, and it makes it harder, therefore, for it to go back down, because now players, or not players, but the sellers are going to want to try to make the most money as they possibly can, just because they know the card doesn't have a whole lot of stock. So you'll see this in cards that have, like, very low stock, what is actually in demand and being played, and what's more subject to spikeage. Hey, Alt Art's Angemon, I'll take that. That's probably a really good card to hit, considering it's an Alt Art Secret Rare. I do like, just as a little side note, I do like that if it is an alt art, it's marked with a star, so that way you know it's an alt art versus the base. Because I know in the past, a lot of people, especially newer players, who weren't paying attention, were just like, what's an alt art look like? Like, what does the base art look like? So, but I think, like, the set is going to be pretty decent overall, in terms of just playability and longevity, just because, like, this set kind of seems like it's trying to spike the power.
Standing by.
Ayo. I think this set starts like a little bit of a power spike, but I don't necessarily think it is the main cause of a power spike. So, what's up, Nikki? I was just trying to fill in the time in which other people would be popping in while I'm just doing some opening, so. But yeah, so because I think, like, when it comes to the future sets, I think EX5 and BT14 are definitely bigger instances of, like, power spikeage. Not necessarily power creep, but power spikeage. Like, certain cards just aren't necessarily getting replaced. Don't get me wrong, certain cards definitely are getting replaced. But I think, like, in terms of where and how they're raising the power floor, I think that is the more pressing issue. Fenrir Lugamon doesn't necessarily feel like he's a hardcore power creep. I think, like, he was designed to match the power of what Shine currently is, just as an example. And Shine is, like, an absolutely absurd deck just because you have that, like, burst Digivolution. So I think a lot of decks are basically just trying to reach the height of what Shine Greymon is. And I think this set, a lot of decks actually are able to reach that height, which I think is pretty good in terms of the overall health, because you're getting some updates that are also pretty good. You're getting some new decks that are pretty decent, and you're getting some, like, you know, fanfare as well. So, how have you been, Nikki? Oh, there's a Goma. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
I don't know
a
if you're muted
Wukaban would
on
be pretty good.
streams, then, because I don't hear you at all.
Oh, you
That's why
don't
I
hear
was
me
like,
on...
not
Oh.
talking.
That's probably because of my settings.
I only hear you from the stream. I don't hear you on Discord. That's why I was like quiet.
Oh, I'm not muted. There we go. Alright, there we go.
Okay, good. I can mute the stream now. Yay. Yeah, no, I heard pack opening and I was enticed.
Yeah, so I'm still on box 1. I'm almost done.
Yeah, it looks like a good box though.
Yeah, so far it's pretty decent. My brother always calls me at the worst possible times. He has a really bad habit of doing that, and I feel so bad for him because, like, he wants to talk and I just can't.
I think I finally caved. I hope you have purple trainings, by the way, because ooh, they are expensive now. I mean, you're gonna get 3 from the box anyway. I just hope you find a 4th.
I have 6. It's just I would probably need. Would I need more if this is like the only purple deck I'm actually playing?
Yeah, no, this is the only. If this is the only purple, like the argument is this: if you're this is very much a you need a key piece, so you must play 4 trainings minimum.
Yeah, I think
other decks that are like I can get what I need really like. If you take in point like Lilith Mill or like other purple decks where like you can kind of get those resources back to your hand through your own engine, it's more so like I don't need. Like, Fenrir needs Fenrir to explode, so, like, you need to see Fenrir. That's, like, your entire deck is Fenrir. Otherwise, you kind of just don't do anything. If you were to say, like, Falconmon, like, it can abuse trainings. It's just, other decks are gonna go on, like, 2 training, 2 boosts. Just for consistency.
I think a lot of decks will just do 4 training. It's just easier, to be honest. Because you could also grab options and tamers versus boosts, which can't. But I guess that depends on the type of deck, if you're more Digimon heavy or if you're more of a balance between everything.
I think it's just the argument, like, if you boost, you dig 4 cards deep and you have the memory, so say you need to, like, hard play something to evo into over up, but you have the option to, as opposed to training, which is only allowed to reduce an evo. So case in point, like, D-Brigade, I think a boost is fine, because you can crack the boost from 1 to go to 3, play Commandron, and then training after to make your seals freer, like, etc, etc, etc. You have an effect to give yourself memory for a play, and then go into an evo after. So, like, I think that 2/2 is a good base, but then you're obviously gonna tune it to, like, for me, Mirage has 4 boosts and 4 trainings, 2 boosts. I would probably cut the boost because, in all honesty, the boosts are okay, but like it's just for like where's my Mirage, where's my burst mode. Like I'm just digging for a piece. Boot trainings are really good for the explosiveness of just I'm climbing up quickly. I need to go for game in like this or next turn. So like for other decks, I feel like 2/2 is fine, but like you can go for training. It really doesn't matter. It's just like I want the ability to like. If I need the memory to do something, I can do it, and then I can also dig 4 cards deep.
Well, a lot of the decks right now, they can operate on such low memory that it is kind of borderline irrelevant. Just because, like, their evolutions are already super cheap as is. Because it's like, you look at Fenrir, and Fenrir is a compounding issue because, like, he allows you to be able to have more memory because of the fact that he's moving the goalpost to 3 rather than 0. So I think that's part of the issue, but it really just depends on how memory efficient the deck is and like what the deck needs. Because if your deck needs tamers and you're trying to use a boost for digging for a tamer, they can't dig tamers, so you're better off just using the cheaper card that actually could grab you the tamer, which is partially why Fenrir is looking at the training cards more than the boosts, because it needs to see AG, and if you hit a AG off of a boost, you feel really bad. Like, that's why a lot of people don't run purple memory boost, and they run mist, is because at least if AG goes into the trash, like, you can still grab him back.
Grab it.
Yeah, you could still use Lugimon to be able to grab it back, so it's not that bad, even though it is a worse consistency tool. The fact that you still saw an AG is still relevant.
Yeah. I just realized I should have held off on my Skull Knight promo ordering. I probably could have just got it from you if you open it. Whatever.
There's no guarantee I open nearly enough.
Well, I just need the one, because Teddy has to.
Yeah, because I was talking earlier about, like, how just markets are, like, the marketplace is spiking because there's not enough, like, sellers actually, like, having good enough supply to be able to meet the demand versus what was being opened. So, like, we saw this with RB1, where it's just, like, the new cards spiked real hard, real quick, especially after learning how hard they are to get. I think, like, the training cards are also going to be that way at the start, just because they are just that needed, which is why I think they're also going to end up getting reprinted. Bandai's going to have to reprint those cards.
Because they did it with the Memboosts. Memboosts were in the structure deck only, and then they put them in as box toppers, and they gave us the RV pack. Like, there was there was 2 chances to get Memboosts, and like they were always imprinting. At least Wisdom went from 6 listings this morning to 17 now. So the market
because once people open up their product, like I'm doing right now, like if I had a case right now, I would be opening up the product and then listing it almost immediately. Like some people are just, they didn't get their product yet and they just are waiting to be able to sell the cards. So I think like the prices will go down, but I do think like this is kind of where I think the day one purchase is becoming slightly more important, because that's how you could get actually some of the best prices for certain cards. Like anyone who bought War Greymon as an example, day one, yes, they are getting hosed because that card is 10 versus the 25 he was initially selling at. But if you bought Angemon day one, you're sitting in the hot seat because now he's like, now the prices have reversed with Greymon. And I think people learned that, oh, Greymon I don't need 4 of, but I need 4 of Angemon. I think that goes to...
Or like Agumon. Like
and Agumon. Like, the cards that you need 4 of that are also top tier decks, that's definitely going to be impacting. I feel like these are seeded. Like, something... I already can tell based on the rares, something kind of slightly fishy is happening. I always mentioned clumping before, but I haven't seen it this prominent.
I mean, trust me, my 3 packs at work today were literally like the best seeds I've ever seen. I pulled Altar Brigade and Altar Agu, and it sucks because I made the joke in the Discord. I always pull amazing stuff, not for the decks I'm playing this season.
I mean, that happens with a lot of people.
But it's so prevalent with me. Like I don't think I ever opened anything for myself. Altar wise, it's always like, oh yeah,
there we go.
For someone else.
Yeah, because I should have bought the Agumons day one, because now he went from, like, 40 listings to, like, 10. And he spiked dramatically because of that. He, like, tripled in price just because of the fact that everyone was buying, you know, the card, and not enough stock was hitting back the secondary market. Speaking of Agumon...
You got 2 of them?
Yeah, I got the Altar.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cause like, sorry, this stream delayed. I was like, wait, because I didn't see the double art.
Yeah, and I know because I'm doing the cards, like, this way, the text is reversed, so I'm already...
Oh, no, it's just like, the stream is like 1 pack behind, or like you're halfway in the factory.
Yeah, I mean, that's a stream lag. Hey, yeah. Alright. Agumon and War Greymon, that's pretty hot.
If you pull Commandramon, sell him, because holy, there's only 9 listings for him.
Yeah, I think, like... So, I'm not super hot on needing anything from the set outside of the Lugimon stuff to be able to build the deck that I actually want to play with. So, like, I'm definitely going to be holding off and playing the long game with this set, because I don't need anything from it outside of Lugimon. So, like, I'll probably just wait to buy a lot of the cards once, you know, more stock is available, prices go down, and, you know, the market does its usual market thing with all of the other sellers. Because right now, we're just seeing the majority of, like, LGSs or stores that were able to list their stuff, like, super early because, you know, they get their stuff on like Wednesday or Thursday. So they
Well,
have
it's
that
also the
day
fact
to
that
open it.
TCG does not allow you, unless you're a LGS, to list super early too.
You have to be a specific LGS. So, like, my LGS isn't one of them that's qualified to be able to sell on pre-sale. But you can still list the card. It's just the listing won't go live until pre-sale is over.
Yeah. Plus, it looks like the English exclusive alt arts are actually a lot cheaper than we thought they would be.
I mean, that's kind of a given, unfortunately. Like, I feel like we always think that they're going to be as high and hot as, like, Ghost Omni, and so far, nothing has ever been that hot or high ever since that card was printed.
There's been, like, yes and no, like, it's always, like, day one, people try to get it to sell for Ghost Omni price, and then it falls a lot harder because the card is a lot worse. The main example is, I think, Ghost, Alphamon was really high, but then that crashed immediately.
Well, the Omnimon was BT1 Omnimon, which sees 0 play right now.
Yeah, well, and the Alphamon is the
BT6 one, which actually could see play, but right now isn't. Hey, there's
and now we have our third Ghost. The third Ghost is Imperial Dramon, Paladin.
Yeah, like, I think that's the bigger chase, and the alt arts are just middle, like the middle high chase. Which I think chase cards, like, I hate the Ghost chase card hunt to begin with. I think it's incredibly stupid.
Yeah, especially because, like,
it's an incentivization tool to try to sell more packs. Because I think, like, this set alone, with how many box toppers we get, I think, like, that alone just creates a already good enough value. Like, if I could find the boxes for $64 again, depending on what I pull, I'd probably go back.
Bro, for 64, I would go in with you. Holy, like, no, I think Guardian and Honcho were able to get my box for 75, and that was at core. Our LGS was selling the box for 90.
Yeah, my LGS was selling the box for 80, and I bought one box just to support them, and I told them up front, like, hey, my Digimon expenditure is going to be cutting down. I didn't give them the reason. I just said, hey, my Digimon expenditure is going to be going down. Mostly because the way the secondary market has been reacting. I'm almost debating, like, maybe for BT14, even though I know that set's going to be scuffed, getting a case of it anyway, just because if nothing is done about Apocalymon, I know I at least want a playset of him, and I know he's going to be, like, an extra expensive card. So I'm just like, cool, if I could get a case for a decent price, I would.
So my biggest thing is that I don't think, like, Bandai is really wishy-washy how they're doing their policies, because they hit Eismon super early in America, but in JP, people were already complaining about the discard. If you have Eismon in trash, bring it back. People were already complaining about that in JP. They were so sick and tired of it, and we had it for Jesus Christ Wargame, and it's $10.
Yeah, he's been falling just because people don't need him as much as Angemon.
Especially considering, well, it's funny too because he's the only good War Greymon in Multi-Cup. Well, I figured he would be like 15, but either way, I was going with what was I talking about? It was
I'm also just trying to secret hunt at this point.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. It was we were talking about LGSs. Oh yeah, it's just like I don't know. Yeah, because they hit Eismon really early. They hit Tommy relatively healthy into its life cycle of hybrid format. So, like, Tommy was hit on time. Jesmon was hit really early. Like, he didn't have really... Like, he shined, and then he immediately got the chopping block. And now we're in the scenario of, like, Garurumon shined for, like, a week, and then they hit him again. And then shined for, like, a couple of tournaments, and they barely touched him. So, you might be correct of, like, oh yeah, they'll barely touch a Pokemon. They'll hit on the other purple engine, just make purple not a color unless you're playing Fenrir. Or they'll be...
No, because like... Anubis is stupid. But the only problem card in Anubis is Merva. That's the problem. And so far, they haven't had any precedent on hitting anything of high rarity.
Yeah, that's
which I think they really need to get rid of, like, ASAP. Because I think, like, Mervamon... for what Anubis is doing is absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they hit Merva, Anubis is probably way more of a fair deck. And, like, the deck, because of the training boost and all that stuff, it can explode and create this ginormous board state and potentially kill you by, like, turn 2 or 3.
Yeah, especially with Cerberus X now. Like, that was also, like, the big, like, oh, well, you're actually just dead now. Like, yeah, there's that. But, like, again, like, it's just the instance of, like, do they hit a Pokemon early because they want EN to have fun in their market and feel like they need to buy more product because other decks are actually viable in this meta?
Well,
Or
so
B,
they could...
We need product to sell. Come on, keep buying.
So they could do timed bans like they have done in the past. I don't know why they didn't decide to do a timed ban, but they could go back to doing timed bans where it's just like, okay, you can play with it for X amount of time, and then once the cards that come out that make it a problem is a problem, then you can get rid of it. Eismon's a little bit of a special case, though, because the card was cannibalizing purple as a whole. If you were playing purple with any form of discard, you were playing Eismon no matter what, because there was no better card to use there.
Yeah, it was really just, you need a level 4 to play Eismon. There's no reason not to. Unless, like you have enough pieces for, like, a different, like... Because discard is the correct word, because, like, if you need to fill up your trash, there's other ways to do it. It's just, like, if you need discard fodder, Eyes is the only good way to do it. And that's, like, especially, like, Beal Star. Like, Eyes was the king of getting those cards in your trash.
Well, I mean, with Eismon's... Eismon, like, the good level 4 that plays itself for free, that card was just absolutely stupid. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm okay with seeing, like, absolutely stupid cards.
That set introduced kind of...
Yeah,
that was
like,
BT7.
the next set literally introduced Chimeramon, and that card was on a delayed ban. So that card was legal for BT7, but then became illegal in BT8, or, like, limited, because the problem card came out in BT8. So they easily could do that, but I think certain cards, they are still kind of just stupid enough to where... Yeah, we should probably just get rid of it now. Like, even though Eismon isn't going to be, like, that insane in this set, more specifically, it's just the fact that he is still a problem for purple decks as a whole. That is, you know, the problem.
Like, I think that's the big issue, is, like, Bandai really needs to get away from the thing of, like, we can't ban high
Yeah, these cards are pairing up way too much, so I do think something fishy is happening. It could just be my pulls, but I do think that is definitely a pair, because I saw that in my first box, which was from a completely different case than my second box. So maybe the seeding or clumping is worse. I don't know. But I do think, like, they kind of just, with the next two sets, they did just kind of mess up. I think BT14 is fine. I think come EX5 and BT15, that's when things kind of get screwy, just because the power floor has been raised with how good some of the new decks are. And I think when they do that one set, that's fine, because they spend the next couple of sets trying to make decks on par with that one. But they had two sets back to back of it, and I think that's a huge problem.
Plus, I think Royal Knights is gonna stick in the EN meta a lot longer than it did in JP.
Well, I mean, EN meta, we tend to play decks a little bit longer, and don't cycle them out just because cards are a tiny bit more expensive for us and our culture here. So that's part of the problem. Not really problem. That's part of the reasoning. Is because we want to actually get value out of what we invested in. Not saying that Japan doesn't do that. I just think that I see more people wanting to play the new stuff because, you know, it's the new hot and shiny. Granted, I am guilty of that right now, trying to build Google.
I mean, to be fair, it's also because it's a wolf. Let's be honest here. If Fenrir was like a giant teddy bear, I feel like you would just be playing it because.
I think he needed to be something very unpopular, which there's not that many unpopular animals. So,
I mean, giraffes. Best deck in format is a giraffe.
Okay, yeah, sure. I don't have anything against giraffes. I probably just wouldn't care to play a giraffe. If he was like a shark or something, I 100% would play him. Even if he was a dragon or just some other kind of mythical creature. I get the lore that they're going with for him. Him being based off of Fenrir, and him being fused with Kazuchimon for Fenrir, Lugamon, Takumi Kazuchi. Kind of doing something similar with Oryuken and Alphamon, or Oryumon and Alphamon.
Plus, we got more. I don't know if you saw. We got more Deep Police support. We got a Sealshamon and a Tankramon.
Yeah, I saw that they were getting more support, and I think that's kind of, it's good and it's interesting at the same time, because it's like, okay, I like the fact that they're going and supporting these decks, but it's interesting that these are the decks that they're supporting. Not saying that that's bad or anything. I'm just like,
I mean, they kind of needed to give Deep Police more support because it was really awkward because you were it was just Satsuki with Deep Brigade for the first set, and then you have Satsuki in like green for Xiaolin, and now you have more Satsuki support into the Sealshamon.
So, like, this is going to be awkward, but, like, because I know I'm getting Fenrir's from Teddy, I'm, like, okay with not pulling them. Like, I would rather have the other SRs, which I'm okay with, just because I don't have a whole lot of the other SRs.
Plus, this set is also really weird because the cards that the support for these decks, a lot of them only want like a couple of pieces. They don't want the full color package we were given. Case in point, Zudomon, like, obviously the Ikakumon is okay, but like you're not really playing it. It's just Goma is too busted of a blue card to not play it, and then Zudo is your ace staple. You kind of need to play him. But
yeah, and then
for red,
the egg is also absolutely cracked.
Yeah, but for like red, you only really want Agumon. Like the Greymon is literally. Do we have 9 other copies of it?
Yeah,
we
have better Greymons that we
and the
already
ace
are playing.
is okay,
the
but
ace
it's
is pretty
like
bad. This is easily the worst ace of the set, very easily.
No, you're right. I was gonna say Angemon, but no, you're right.
No, Angemon's actually an okay ace because at worst he's still recovering you, and at best he's removing a body also.
I saw a deck list that I want to build to make everyone's life hell. It is Dark Knight Angel.
Why? What are you?
Because if you play Dark Knightmon, you can Evo into Shadow Serafi. I can hard play Magna Angie to recover and kill something with DP because I'm a blocker, and then that can go into my Shadow Serafi. And then you have access to Chaos Degrade because you have Purple Presence with a couple of cards.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, is it a good deck? No. But is it like annoying and kind of funny to play? Yeah. It's set con, but with a little bit more self-respect.
I would disagree with that. I think you're just a blocker deck with a little bit of recovery.
Where is it? Yeah, I have it right here. Also, yeah, my egg is Mother, Mirai.
Just stop right there. You lost me at Mother. Go on.
Cordramon, Magna Angie, and then a bunch of security bombs.
No, I think like with I hate recovery in this game a lot, just because I think recovery is like very good and easily abused. Which is why they have made really bad recovery cards for a while, is because they know how broken recovery is, and which is why, like, we haven't seen outside of, like, these new recovery
Oh yeah, the
cards.
new Angemon is... So the worst part is, the new Angemon literally just hoses Black War.
I mean, good, like, you need to have some counterbalance because, like, Black War is absolutely still kind of disgusting. It's still one of the best decks in Japan. Like, without a doubt, and...
But it's just the fact is because Black War is a virus, but any other War Greymon is not a virus.
Yeah, so, like...
It's literally just him.
they're trying to push like Greymon to use more than just Black Dwarf.
Plus, I think
I mean, I get that the point was to hose on Devimon. Like that was the intention and design of the card.
Because I'm trying to think what other deck is virus in this meta. Fenrir's like what, Data?
No, Fenrir's a virus too, but he doesn't really play with protection. So it's not like it matters as much because he just dumps damage more than what Blackwart does. Blackwart just hoses on Tamers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. This box has nothing else good in it.
I mean, that's Alt-Art Fenrir.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like you're in the ace box though.
Yeah, it feels like I'm either in an ace box or a rookie box.
Yeah, no, that was what Honcho had discovered earlier from a lot of openings.
Yeah, because you either get all of the aces or you either get all of the rookies. So I definitely think that is a shared set.
Wait, hold up. How many SRs are in a box? Is it only
7. 7 and then 2 hits, which is either going to be an alt or a secret, and the alt could also be a secret.
That's right. Yeah, you only have the 2 rookies in the brigade. You were in ace that time around, but you got one of every ace pretty much.
Yeah, no, I did get one of every ace, and then I just got D brigade stuff.
Yeah, D brigade and the
Palmon just showed up just because Palmon wanted to.
Yeah, and like back to the old argument of like Bloomlord doesn't play the Palmon, they just play maybe Mimi, but mainly just Toge and the ace.
Yeah, because this is the rookie. I think like obviously right now the rookie boxes are better than the ace boxes.
Yeah, ace boxes is better like for I think. Can you show me the alt arts or like what your secret was from the rookie box? Is it just Agu? Or is it Agu Greymon?
Agu Greymon.
And then Fenrir is Agu Greymon again.
Yeah, so maybe Greymon gets because...
And that one's double art.
Yeah, this is double alt art, so I don't know what a dedicated secret would look like for the rookie boxes.
Hey, Zan, good question. What was the first box? Is that a rookie box or is that an ace box?
This is an ace box.
Yeah, so, okay, aces... Okay, so yeah, it's just random seeding then.
So, it's ace and then 3, or rookie and then 3. So if I get a, like, this is where I would have liked to know more case information, why I generally like breaking down cases. Just because I would have been able to see, hey, this was a rookie box, my secret error was Angemon, therefore there is some correlation going on between that. Versus like, oh, I got only Wargrays in my ace packs, versus my rookie packs I got Angemons. So, yeah, like...
So this will be hit or miss, because this will kind of talk... We only have the data of, like, 4 boxes, because you only bought 4 boxes, right?
Yeah, I only bought 4 boxes, but this is where, like, nobody else kind of does that type of data collection. And I think that's kind of relevant, and the fact that we don't do it is kind of a disservice.
Again, like, it's just the fact that we, as a... Like... I mentioned this last time, but I didn't expand on it. Like, Digimon has not had the renaissance that Yu-Gi-Oh had during COVID. Like, we haven't had that, like, shut in, just game, just theorize, just deck build, just art test for, like, 2 years straight that Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh has changed dramatically because of COVID. Like, their renaissance took them new places. And, like, I don't play the game, but, like, I'm looking at it from, like, an observer. Like, things have changed dramatically for them. Like, to the point that they went back to go into Edison format. And, like, the best deck of the format back then, when I knew about it, was like, oh, you play Chaos. And that's, like, the best thing ever. And then it's like, oh, no, Chaos is, like, the worst deck ever. We have so much better stuff to do.
I mean, part of it is just different formats, and people were just so sick and tired of, like, base Yu-Gi-Oh! Because base Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, like, awful, that they just wanted to do something different. So it's not necessarily a renaissance. It's just, people just were sick and tired of the main game, because it was just that bad and disgusting and stupid. and they were just bored and wanted to do something different to freshen up their experience while still being able to play the game that they were, wanting to play.
Yeah.
So, like, I think Digimon is still in the too early stages to have a secondary format, but I would be open to a more dedicated one, and I don't know what that would be or what that would look like, but I don't think it's anything that the fans can come up with as of right now. I think everyone's just too blinded by other games and trying to interject their own into this. I think this is just another ace box because I already pulled
Yeah, you're in the ace box here.
Like, I think because I don't think in the rookie box I saw a single ace. I think I could, but...
No, you had one ace.
Yeah, that was an ace box. This is the rookie box.
The second one. This one had one ace.
No, this had no aces.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, so if you see the single ace, you're in the ace box. Because this is the same thing with box 3. Box 3 had the command, the pal, and then the brigade.
Well, yeah. So, this might be another ace, which means I might get another War Gray, which would be pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. Here's the hoping.
So, if I do get War Gray as my secret rare, then I am more suspicious. I don't have the data to back it up, but I would definitely
No, you do,
suspicious.
because me and Guardian pulled boxes, and we both pulled War Grays. I can tell you my box was an ace box. Because I had the Lily, the Zudo, he pulled my Magna Angie, and the Metal Gray went to him. So that was my box. His box was also, I can't remember if his is the rookie box, but I'm pretty sure he's might have been the rookie box.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, not much. Just opening up boxes.
Oh, you got a Altar Fenrir.
Yeah, I did. I just put the most expensive card on top because it's fun that way.
Well, like the first box should be splayed because they're both the same price. Because you have.
Oh wait, there's an Agumon Altar? I did not know that.
Yeah,
the second box.
There's the
Second,
Agumon Altar.
How much are they going for on TCG?
30.
Like 30.
Jesus.
It's because he's the best Agumon made. He's literally crack.
Yeah, he's just good. He replaces the promo because he does the same thing as the promo while having nothing but upsides.
Is the fact that as soon as you push him out, you can make him into a Greymon without the cost. So now you're at, what, 3 memory at a champ, and you didn't do anything for it.
Yep, this is ace
Yep,
box.
you're in the ace box. On for it.
So let's see if the secret is War Gray.
Yeah.
Because if it is War Gray, I think that's very telling, and then that kind of shows, like, not necessarily a production flaw with the set, but it shows something is kind of wrong with the set, that it is seeded, where you're either going to get War Gray for ace or Angemon for rookie. And then that puts more value on rookie boxes.
Oh, no, isn't this... Wait, I forget, was the first or second box the rookie box? Altart Joe.
That's the first Altart. That's not an Altart you want to see. I already have an Altart of Joe, so that sucks.
So, man, take a break real quick. Don't open that packet.
Why?
I'm behind on stream. What was the first box? The Angie box, because I want to double check this, because I already forgot. Okay, so that's ace.
So this had the double Altart, which it could be split, because there's going to be 4 boxes in a case where it's going to be double Altart.
Yeah, okay, so now the Agumon was ace War Gray, and so was the
So Agumon... Oh, wait, no, this is rookie. So the secret is probably random, because this was ace and that was War Gray as well. So the secret could be random. It most likely is random.
Unless it's the double Altart is the Angemon box. Because the Angemon has the Commandramon on it. And it's an ace box. Yeah, oh my god! Oh my god.
Yeah, I think, like, the fact that you either get a rookie box or an ace box, I think that inherently is a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that makes pulling these very boring.
Yeah, like, if you don't pull the rookie... Like,
yeah, and obviously the rookies are having more value than the aces, because the rookies you need 4 of, and they're mandatory cards for a lot of decks, versus the aces where they're not. Another War Gray. So I got a lot of War Grays. I needed the Angemons.
If you're in a war, so I've also found this. If you're in the ace, you have like a 50-50 shot of being like Altar whatever, but you're guaranteed like a war like
No, because my rookie box,
the Fenrir,
I had
you have
Wargrey.
one Alt-Art and Wargrey. Like Wargrey
Yeah,
comes
so
with the Alt-Art
the secret has nothing to do with the Ace or rookie box. So, at least that's kind of good to know, is the secret doesn't matter. But I do think, like, it is kind of bad that we have a rookie or ace box to begin with. I get the idea behind it, because you want to try to keep pulling on the set. But this kind of just makes me want to not pull, you know? Because it's like, it's just boring. It's like, cool, I either get rookies or I get aces. And, like, I would know as soon as I pretty much open up a couple of packs from a box if it is a rookie or if it is a ace. And then I would want to either continue to pull on that box from a store perspective, or just not even waste my time.
It's just but the thing is, you have to open like half the box and see what you see.
So I already know from my LGS, because they have a booster box open. I think that is I'd have to go look at my pulls again, but I think it's an ace box, and that makes, or not, yeah, I think it's an ace box, and that would make me not want to buy from that. So just like, that's why seeding kind of sucks and ruins a lot of the fun, which was a huge problem in BT4 because those boxes were seeded based on the box topper. That was like the worst instance of seeding, and this is pretty bad. I don't think it's as bad as that, but it still just makes it not fun.
You think you're still missing the last SR though?
Yeah, because like, I would be pretty okay with buying one more booster box just to either get more rookies or finish my playset of aces. So like, that's the type of position that I'm in, is like, what do I do?
Yeah, but in that scenario, I
so
think it's
this is Magna Angemon Ace in here. I already know it.
Watch it happen. Oh yeah. So yeah,
Nope,
you just guaranteed
aces.
one of every ace. Hold up. Don't be a favor. Can you splay the other two aces out? Because, like, what? Because I think this is double instance of Command and Brigade being in the same ace box.
Command Brigade Pal.
Command Brigade Hada.
And then this is the rookie box, and then this is another ace box.
Goma.
So it was Goma, Fenrir, and Brigade.
Yeah, so is Brigade just in every box?
I don't know. I'm okay with that. That means I don't need to buy any brigades, but it also makes it so, like, I don't know. This is where it's just like the 4-box rule, kind of like, it's okay, but it's not like the end-all be-all. I think like going 6 boxes is probably safer if you're just trying to hunt for playsets of SRs. Just because you are obviously, if you're buying more, you're increasing your chances. But
yeah, I'm still deciding if I sell my Alt-Art Brigade though, because like I want money. Because I know I'm gonna sell Agu. Agu I'm gonna definitely sell because that thing is money.
I guess maybe depending on how the secondary market turns out, if I could still buy the boxes from that one place for 64, I'd probably go back.
Yes. I mean, I would split up. Like I would have to wait till next. I have to wait till next Friday because next Thursday is Thanksgiving because I get paid on Thursday morning. But like I would not mind splitting another box. But, like, it's very much like.
Oh, no, War Greymon would be more expensive than Joe. There we go.
No, Joe is more expensive than Wargrey.
What? How is Joe more expensive than Wargrey?
Joe is at 12.
How?
$11.99.
How?
Because he has less less listings.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the fact that there's too many Wargreys, there's too many undercutters that they tanked his price. Yeah, like, if I'm going back to the list, I just refreshed the page. We're on page 2 already. That's already bad. And we're already down to like $5. Oh, no, sorry. Someone just bought the Jokitos, so now it's back to the other way.
Yeah, so like, my box pulls, if anyone's curious.
Yeah, someone literally bought out the last $4.
How many Brigade Dramon did you get?
About to find out.
He got a full playset at this point.
Damn. I don't know if he's putting Deep Brigade or not, because I need them.
I have
actually
the
no.
deck,
I think he's at 3.
I have the
He's actually at
deck
3,
built. I just haven't updated it because I obviously don't have the cards.
Yeah. Because, I'm planning on changing my top end to the 3 Brigade Dramon, and then 2 of the old Dark Dramon and 1 the new Dark Dramon, just to sort of see how that would play out. Because if it turns out that I don't like that, then I'm just gonna go back to the 4-2 split with the old Dark Dramon and Brigade Dramon.
Like, the old Dark Dramon is really good just because, like, if you did your game plan of milling a lot of cards, you can make that level 5 free. It's just the problem becomes you need old Dark Dramon to blow up a level 6, otherwise you're just blowing up equal levels of more, which is very meh, because unless you have a second stack climbing up, or you have something hard drop.
Because the thing is that I didn't know I had to have like at least 3 memory to then play the old Dark Dramon, and then just reduce the cost.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, oh hey, might as well, because it's just gonna go back up to like goes back up 10, so I could just play this out, go back up 10, and you're set there. Because I know the new one really just evolve into it, put 5 in trash, get a free evolution, swing.
Yeah, so I think they literally did this on purpose, and I think that's pretty bad. Like, that's pretty dishonest of them.
Oh, that is a weird thing.
That is literally the worst spread I've ever seen. Like, literally,
Yeah, so,
like, if we bump it down, you can literally see there's a brigade in every pack.
Well, I mean, that's why I spread it like this, is because, like, okay, it is unfortunate that all my secrets were Warbraid, because I would have rather had to be Angemon, the more expensive card. So all I need to do is just buy one more Warbraid. This is where, like, probably
I wouldn't even
one more
buy
box
it,
wouldn't be terrible.
It's not.
It's probably still not worth it, depending on the prices of the SRs. I'm still probably, because what if I buy a booster box at $64? I'm looking for $10 here.
Which you will get regardless.
I can't take this into account at all when I'm buying a booster box. I need to look at the guarantees.
I would say average it at
$12.
Yeah. Like, average it about, like, the price of Joe, because he's the worst.
Well, no, I can't worry about this because none of this is guaranteed. So, like, as far as the like, when I look at booster boxes and I try to estimate the value, I look at the guarantees. Like, what am I going to pull? So, if I'm going to be pulling either this or this guaranteed, this is pretty bad, this is pretty good in terms of monetary value. But am I still just better off buying each of these rather than opening up another box to try to get them, or risk getting these, which, again, as of right now, I kind of just don't need.
So I'll say this right now. Assuming we pull up another Brigade Dramon, because from what we've seen, it's a Brigade every box, and that seems stupid or horrendous for his price. Brigade is at $450, Command Dramon is at $450. All the rookies are normally $3. The only exception is Palmon is the only dollar rookie because it's the worst one.
I would say that's true. Yeah.
So like, Agumon can't be taken into account because he's the expensivest.
Yeah. So like at this point, like I'm still like, unless I'm trying to secret or alt hunt, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be buying any more boxes, and I just need to single out the rest of the cards because I already know from Teddy I have a full playset of Fenrir and Lugamon. So like I actually have, in which these are some of the more expensive cards in the entire set. So I just need to invest a little bit more on getting some of the extra cards, and that's it. And so,
but right now, as soon as you sell off your secrets, you're gonna make your money back, and that's gonna fuel the new set anyway.
I mean, I'm not selling these because I want a full playset.
Well, yeah, but like the Fenrir, the Agu, the Commandramon, you have the option of selling the Angemon. Angemon is worth 2 of himself if you sell the Altars, which is funny. But yeah, like all your Altars pretty much buy you the remaining stuff you need from the set, including the other Lord Women, because Altar Fenrir is already stupid expensive. Altar Agumon is already worth an arm and a leg.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't mind selling the alts just to be able to pay for bases. Because that, like, I'm not a max rarity person. You need base arts just to be able to have the card playable.
If you wanted to manipulate the market, you could. It only cost you $200.
I'm not scummy. I don't do that.
You know, Fenrir only has 4 listings at $50. So that Fenrir's already worth $50. The Agumon is $39. The Angemon is $32.99. The what was the other? Jokido is like $8, unfortunately, and the Commandramon is $28.
Yeah. So the only card I got a full playset of in terms of base rarity was Brigadiermon. That's kind of hilarious, though.
Yeah. And now we get to the more exciting, like literal true RNG. Now that we figured out you were in the worst seat known to man.
I mean, out of 4 boxes, it's like you can't really expect a whole lot out of 4 boxes, to be honest. So, what you want me to? Because I have the
survey
box
packs are the only
topper
thing that...
and survey. Because I don't really need to open up this because it's just going to be one
the training,
of each training. I'll still need to open it up, but
especially because I just realized I need to buy a playset of yellows because I might go back to playing Sequoia.
Yeah, maybe buying a booster box just for more these is probably actually more worth it. I need to do like box EV valuing to see if it is worth it to actually buy more, just to try to see what I can get here and more of these. I also think these are pretty hot right now too, the survey packs, for like 0 reason. I think the majority of these cards suck, but
if you pull the Diaboromon, it's a $10 one, everything else is hovering around 5.
You mean like this one? No.
Skull. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
No, it's the second worst one, sorry. That one's actually playable considering Morphomon is actually trash.
Yeah, Morphomon.
Which sucks because Enemy of Bond is my favorite card.
Haha, nope.
My friend wants that one, but I don't know about him. It's our third purple.
What about this one? There you go.
That's mine, but I already ordered my 4th from Sage.
I mean, I'm still looking for certain cards, so like we could just make a trade.
Well, not like I already bought.
Oh, you already bought the 4th?
Yeah, unless I can contact this. Like, thing is, like, it's scummy to like contact the seller and say like, hey, I need to cancel my order.
And bam. Yeah,
so yeah,
I think maybe just because of the box topper, like just this value, it might still be worth it to buy another box or 2. At like $60.
2 for green, 3 for everything else, aside from purple. Purple sitting at double. So let's say everything is roughly $3. 3 times 4 is 12. So that's $12 for the promo pack alone.
For this one?
Yeah. If you assume 6 times 3, that's 18.
Yeah, so 18
the
just for
one is the
this
cheapest,
alone is
but
already...
purple compensates because it is the most expensive at like double the price of a normal training.
Right.
So like it evens out. So that's already $18. Your secret gives you another 10, give or take.
Secret or alt 20. Is probably another 10. So we're already at like 20.
You're already at, assuming you get the worst alternate, which is Joe at like 10-ish. You're at $30 off of that pack, your secret, and your altar. At worst case scenario, that's already $30, which is like half the price of the box.
Assuming you paid 60 for it. If you pay any more,
assuming 60.
Yeah, if you paid any more, then it starts to feel better.
And if you're in the ace box, that's 4 times 3. Sorry, 3 times 3 is 9. It's $10 for the aces. That's 4. So you have 3 additional supers because Lily Ace is the cheapest.
Yeah. Bam. Wow.
Yeah. So that's already another. So that was like $40, and that's assuming your last 3 SRs are anything. Your anniversary pack is $5. So we'll say like anywhere like another 10. So that's already $50, give or take. If you buy them for 60, it might be a worthwhile investment, but it's also high rolling.
I mean, if you're already getting like at least half the box back in value just from this, whatever promos these might be, and then your guaranteed secret or alt, I still think that's not bad. But that's only at the $60 price. I think like if you start going up, then it becomes progressively worse.
Like Zudo Ace has already dropped to 15. It's like hovering around 15. So like Gomo thankfully dropped a bit more.
Yeah, Goma. I don't know why Goma's sitting at like $1.52. Like $1.50 to $2. Like this card, with how good it is for a lot of blue decks, it's just like I would think that he would be $3 at least.
The problem is, it's the decks we have in the meta that are blue don't really want to play him aside from 2 decks.
I
Like,
mean,
Examon doesn't have the room to spare him. Imperial doesn't have the room to spare him. Hybrid and Mirage obviously do have room to spare for him, but it's like, what other blue decks are in the meta right now?
I mean, it doesn't matter because you only need one blue deck in the meta. Like Agumon, there's only one realistic Greymon deck, and it's just red-black Greymons. Like Rise isn't going to be using it, so it's just like, okay, you only need the one good deck that's using the card in the meta.
Oh yeah, but like in theory, like say we just grab all blue decks, like Blue Flare technically can play it, but they were already on a lower level 3 count because they were more on the 4s for the cross. Other blue decks that we have in this meta include Ulforce, which again doesn't really have room for it because they're turbo gas, like win or die.
All Force
the
can
other
have
blue
room
deck-
for it, but it just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
That's the big distinction. Is All Force doesn't need it.
What does the new Goma do?
The primary effect is it start in the main phase. If you push him up, you can strip the source out of one of your opponent's Digimon. For the rest of this turn, this Digimon cannot be blocked.
Whoa. Okay.
Inheritable is if your Digimon wants to be deleted, you may play Gomamon from its sources.
That is really good.
Yeah, but the problem is like slotting it into certain blue decks because we're at the advent where a lot of blue decks have had their 3rd wave of support. And so it's more so like if you're at 2nd to 3rd wave of support, you're kind of like, well, my blue rookies are like Madoki Beta and Siako because I want to counter the training and I want to counter Mengane from like Luga or like other decks. 2, like I'm already tight, so like if I do slot Goma in, it might be a 2. Like in my deck for Mirage, he's a 2-of. I'm bumping him up to 4 because the Vmon from BT11 that I was playing for BT13 format literally does not match. I only played it because like there were scenarios where Thomas would be 1 memory off, and so if I had Vmon in stack, I can keep up my turn on him. But now it's just like Goma is gas for any blue deck because if you die on any check, if you die from random bull or B, like you just were unlucky on a block, you just get to play him.
There's another Joe Altart. There's another Fenry. There's another Goma. There's another Pal. This is from my pre-release.
Yeah.
Another Fenry. So because I didn't see any aces, I knew the box, or I know the box is a
Rookie box.
a rookie box. I think I saw. I'd have to ask my brother. I think I saw a ace out of his, like, because we had enough packs opened where I know what the second box is. And I think the second box was an ace box. So I know
it's literally if you just saw the ace or remember the ace, that was ace box. Because the rookie boxes have no aces in them.
Yeah, because I'd have to double ask him what he pulled, and if there is an ace in there, then it's an ace box. I think that's kind of shitty, just acknowledging that. Like the rookies, you can't tell if a rookie box is a rookie box. But you can tell if an ace box is an ace box. I think that's kind of like the
that's
the awkward part.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just stick these in.
I'm on the true cope now. Cause like I'm like if I have 4 black trainings in Dark Nightmon, I might be able to legally play Grey Knightsmon.
Okay.
So cope. It's so cope, but I'm like I can finally play Grey Knightsmon. It's so bad.
I wouldn't, but go ahead.
It's because you can make him for 3, and that allows us to play the other Dark Knightmon, which is already mega bad, but I've already had instances testing Dark Knightmon. BT7 has outlived his usefulness, unless I commit to a 2-2-2 Dark Knightmon, Skull Knightmon split. Because the old Skull Knightmon is still critical for those plays where you can swing him,
Agu. I
Evo
think
into Dark
Agu
Agumon.
might be harder to, like, one of the harder rookies to pull out of about four.
Yes, because he's not guaranteed in either box because he's an SR. So even if you're in the ace box,
No,
you have
he's
a chance to pull
guaranteed.
him
He's
in the rookie
guaranteed
box.
in the rookie box. He's not guaranteed in any other box, but the rookie
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, except in the rookie box you didn't pull him, and then the other one you did.
No,
so he's also...
this was from the rookie box.
Yeah, but the other rookie box didn't have him.
I didn't have another rookie box. They were ace boxes.
Oh.
See, I had 3 ace boxes, 1 rookie box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still pull like the Pada, because I think you pulled 1 Pada and 1 Palmon from not rookie box, which is...
Yes, I pulled
okay.
1 Pada and 1 Palmon from not a rookie box. And then the majority of them... So, okay. So, the reason why I might have seen more Brigade Dramons and Command Dramons is because they probably wanted to give these cards a slightly higher pull prevalence than some of the other cards, because, like, Goma having higher pull prevalence is stupid because he already has pull prevalence in the rookie box. So, like, regardless of whether it is an ace box or a rookie box, you are going to have a higher chance at Brigade Dramon in either of them because he doesn't fit the criteria of either. So you get
Actually,
like
no, I think
literally a
Brigade is
50-50 between Brigade or
guaranteed.
Fenrir.
I need to look at more pullings online, but I think Brigade might be guaranteed in the boxes.
I don't think
for
he is.
mine, I think I pulled the Brigade and I handed it to Guardian.
I don't think he is.
That, or he just has a high chance of being in the box.
I think he just has a higher chance because of the seeding between the rookies and the aces. So I think it's because of the rookies and the aces.
And now I'm going onto YouTube for Blast Ace openings because I want to be with him.
Yeah, this probably will eventually go on YouTube. And then here's my Domarigatos, my 5 Gatomons, and my 1 Greymon X. So, not terrible, not exactly what I want. I think, like, anyone who's opening the box, you obviously want to go for the rookie boxes. I think the ace boxes, just because the aces don't have as much value, like, those are the boxes you want to try to avoid, or, like, when you see, you kind of just feel bad.